I so hope it caught that.
I wasn't ready for that.
I so hope it caught it though. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. Your host here, the councilman wrestling with honey, and Deonne is not able to make it because an American Nightmare returned, and so I guess he's out partying with the USA. But we may have a guest drop in, not sure. But for now, your favorite internet tag team is in the controls, and since we don't have a nope this. There we go.
Yeah, this way?
No, I go this way. You go the other way. You did it.
So I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Because in the other, it looks like the other way on my end.
Yeah. See, we gonna get it. We gonna steal it like the fat version, like in Dragon Ball.
but y'all knew what we meant. Y'all knew what we meant.
You know what we meant. But yeah, since the parent of the group is not here, figured this could be a very uncensored episode. And so, I'm always the person to be the bad influence. So, we're going to take this back to the 1950s. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take it back to the 1950s. With the men that be having no things right there in their mouth, talking about, man, you need that copyright effect. I'll fit that copyright for you right there, boy. If you got to go to that store, just give me a little 12 pack, man. That's all you got to do. Give me a little 12 pack. Because there ain't nothing but your alternator. That's all you need fixing, just a little alternator. Go hit that start card. Yeah, that's that alternator right there, boy. That's that alternator right there. That's what you got to do. That's all you got to do is you got to change that alternator. I can go down to Jimmy's and Ron's and go get your alternator fixed. I just need a little 12 pack of bill for today. What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me, young man?
I can't. There's no way you got me this dead this early in the show, man. There's no way.
So this is gonna be Hey, so what's crazy? Is I wanted to do that. Like, that's one of my bucket list things to do is either a horse race or an auction.
No way.
I just want to do that one time. But I know, I'm good for the racing. I feel like I'm confident enough to do the horse race. It's the betting one I can't do. I feel like I'm gonna slip up. Slip up on it, but I just need some practice.
Yeah. Just gotta keep running through the script, just running through
it. That's it. Can I get $5? Can I get $5? Somebody give me $6. See, I'm not. It's there, but it's not there yet.
Yeah,
not there yet. But I definitely have wanted to do that. That'd be like so many little things I wanted to do. Like I found out there was a squeegee cleaning contest, and what? So it's a whole league. I just want to be the judge. I just want to be the judge, man. That's it. That's all I want to do. I'm telling you, I had that shit live.
You know what? I'm done.
Vallenheimer is going for his last squeegee. If he can make sure that this thing is streak and sud free, he will take the championship. He uses a German technique with a 90-degree twist that takes off most suds from any texture used. He's stepping up. He's getting his tools ready. Waxing that squeegee, making sure no streak marks are left.
Wax on, wax off.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Miyagi. All right. Let's see if this kid is going to bring that karate on this squeegee in this last round. I'm telling you, just for no odd reason.
You got that on point, though. You got that down pat. Definitely got that down pat.
Thank you.
Hilarious.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of folks in here, man. Appreciate y'all dropping in. Cindy up in here, man. Yes, we will be talking about that. We got a lot. We're talking about Friday Night Smackdown. We talking about Saturday night's main event, and we will be covering all the action that just happened, as well as our predictions for tomorrow's PLE NXT Battleground in Tampa. And let me tell you something, my boy Oba's a beast.
Yeah,
that man is a savage.
No shame. As he should.
I text that man, bravo, sir. Bravo. Bravo. We can start with that. No, you know what? No. We're not gonna go off the rails and shit. We're gonna wait till we get to NXT Battlegrounds, and then we're gonna talk about it.
All right.
What we need to talk about: Friday Night Smackdown. In Tampa. I do feel like we're in the 50s. You know, when people like when they used to have like just two people sitting there on the stage with the audience, had the mics, and they were talking about like the doomsday in Russia, and they'd always had it.
Yes.
That's what it feels like.
Or even like, you know, like those old jazz clubs and stuff, like where like some music should be playing in the background, like a good black and white movie, like.
Yeah.
Or like
I
mean, back when they were able to like smoke in bars and stuff in restaurants, and because no.
Like, so how's the docks, honey? Black and white. I hear the Irish are trying to take over your territories. You know, me and Jimmy Mack can help out with that.
House McDuck has been going through some struggles lately, but we can manage.
Sounds like the McDuck family needs some muscle. Right? Now, you know, me and my brother Jimmy, we know how to take care of certain things. Can add a little protection to McDuck legacy for a price, of course. Let's start, man. So I see, because honey got to go to work early. This is why Deonne, if y'all don't see, everyone plays a essential part in this.
Yeah.
Deonne is our anchor. Deonne is the one that makes us, hey, I'll go there with y'all. I will go to the place we're not supposed to be at, but I'm going to make sure we get back. We got to get back, man. I got to get back to the baby. I got to get back to being to doing the regular day-to-day lives. But when it's just me and honey, no filter. Ridiculous. We are definitely like, I thought you were going to bring us back. I thought you were the one in charge of bringing us back.
It's the only one. It's the only way we know how to be, though. We make it work.
Be like, I thought you grabbed the chain. I didn't attempt to grab the chain at all. You said we was going.
But now that you mention it, like, all right, here we are.
Right. Yes, the shout out to Honey for her Honey Night Smackdown watch along. Always a highlight of the week when you can watch Smackdown along with Honey. And so let's talk about it. Once again, my clients are just cooking this weekend, listening to your councilman, throwing the shade, bringing the drama. They know the drama sells. And damn it, they were bringing it, man. Friday Night Smackdown, can we talk about it? Tiffy in the ring.
Grab your popcorn, cat fight.
The cooking of two multi-time champions, yo. Cindil call it best. Vintage. Call the girls vintage. Y'all were the standard. I am the upgrade.
Ooh.
Never have I seen my client look so strong, especially with two legends. They are legends. They are veterans. Calling Charlotte a hypocrite, which she is, full out hypocrite, and got her ass this time. No, like you could tell this is my client is she different. She different at the Mania.
I think with this championship run for her at the helm, like, I knew this was the Tiffany we would get when she was champion in NXT. I knew she didn't play around since then. So seeing her grow literally in front of our eyes to be that champion that's defending the title, not afraid to defend the title. She doesn't care how long you've been here. She's here now, and you're going to have to deal with that.
Yep.
And she's the one clearly running the show. But
clearly,
it's intriguing to see this happening through the eyes of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, because it's like full circle.
Yeah.
Y'all were once this girl.
Yes.
And look at where we are now.
Jeez,
so what we gonna do? And I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I love it.
Likewise. And then too, just I know Alexa Bliss tried to come back on Instagram with it, but I'm like, all right, Alexa, no, don't do that. She got y'all. I know she's trying to say
let her
yeah.
take that one.
She was like, vintage means priceless and something. And I'm like,
which it technically does. I did defend that on SmackDown on the watch along last night.
In
some areas, especially those who are into fashion, vintage is actually a good thing, because it's in a good condition, or like, in collectible items and things like that. But
also too,
she was referring to them as old biddies.
It's limited. It doesn't have sustainability at this point no more. Like once someone's got it, that's it.
Right.
And
she got it.
She's got it.
It.
Y'all were the standard. I am the upgrade. I was like, and then of course when Julia came out,
mm-hmm.
Julia comes out, and you know what? And I gotta say it.
Here we go.
I don't know what's wrong with these fans, man. I don't know what's wrong with this IWC. I don't know what's wrong with this WWE universe. Like when was it okay to not support talent? Like, y'all know who Julia is. Whether you don't know how you feel about her, give her something. Either we cheering or we're booing. But the nothing thing, it's like, yo, none of these people deserve that. Same thing with Zelina Vega. It's like, yo, that's your champion.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, she has been a good champion so far.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, we gotta start respecting these people that put their bodies on the line, that put their time on the line. Yeah, you're right. Then we got this whole promo. And that match in a 30-minute in 30 minutes is crazy. Yeah. I don't even think I got to see Julia. Did they even show Julia's full intro for the Money in the Bank qualifier?
I don't even think so. No.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
So it's just those are the things that pain me. It's just like, yo, man, support these people. Like, yo, because these folks try. And you know, like, I don't want to.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. And I'm just going to say it, and it's not just this like focusing on just women, but it was like those were the two that I very much saw Friday night on Smackdown.
Like, we're not going to sit here and act like Julia wasn't one of the most talked about women's wrestlers of all through the last couple of years with the impact that she's made before she even touched WWE. And then being one of the hottest signings to WWE. You know, despite the journey, you know, it's not so much about that. It's about the destination of where she's headed to. And she's going to be a workhorse on this main roster, clearly, you know, and she has more than enough talent or else she wouldn't be there. You know, we have to, the whole thing with wrestling and with a sports entertainment is crowd participation, y'all. And you got to support what you see, and you either support it in a way that you like it or support it in a way that you don't like it. Either way, it's something that they can work with as performers because they feed off of that. And for Julia to just have practically crickets, you know, it's just like, y'all are y'all crazy? Like, what are we doing? This is Julia, you know. But either way, the women continue to heat things up week by week.
Yeah. And it didn't stop there because, of course, we had another women's Money in the Bank qualifier. And to Cyndiel's point, the crowd did get a little bit louder when they saw the name and when she won. And yes, that is true. But it could have been more. It could have been more because this was a fantastic triple threat match between Julia, Charlotte Flair, and Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I had no idea who was going to win this match. Like, I was like, because at first I was like, okay, I can see why Zelina might not win because she's already U.S. champ. But then seeing what she was doing in the ring, I was like,
but then again, I could see.
I'm like, okay, now I could be completely wrong. She might be about to qualify.
Right.
And the storytelling that was told in there, with of course like Julia, you know, delivering the final blow before Zelina, and then like drop kicking on Charlotte's knee, crazy,
savage,
crazy,
complete and utter savagery.
Which also lets me know like the crowd ain't shit. And we're gonna talk about that at Saturday Night Main Event, but you can tell the crowd ain't shit. Cause I bet that's why they popped when she did that to Charlotte. You're like, yes, that's what we want to see. It's like, what?
It's like you wait till then.
What? Like, how y'all cheering CM Punk and then y'all saying one more time? One more time? What?
Yeah.
What the?
Hilarious.
What the fuck are we doing?
Hilarious.
What are we doing, man? And yes, a shout out to Julia for the tribute makeup on the face. But Julia pins the U.S. Women's Champion on her singles debut on SmackDown. Thoughts about this victory? Did they make the right decision with this? And where does this put you for Julia now being on the main roster?
As I said, she's definitely going to be the workhorse going forward into this roster. She's definitely going to be a problem for a lot of women. She's going to work her way up to the point where she either is going to get to possibly a mid-card title, I would like to say, or even heavyweight, women's championship as well. But of course, we have some time until then. But as far as the victory, I think that they did fine with it. I wasn't mad at it. Zelina, she ended up her and Chelsea ended up banking anyway, because obviously you saw they were on the card for tonight, so they were doing a little bit of double duty, which is nice. But yeah, I'm not mad at how it was done. The match was really good. Yeah, I just can't wait to see the final 6 in this Money in the Bank, and this is gonna be pretty nasty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, it is, man. It is stacking up. I think the right person was selected. I think with the people that's already in there, I know what I'm now saying is too. This is going to be a lot of those women time to shine and showcase themselves.
Yes.
That's who's the next ones that can go.
The Money in the Bank match is for that, basically, because that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for an opportunity to get to that championship in a faster way, but to get there, you have to showcase what you got. And every single woman that's going to end up in this Money in the Bank match has the talent.
Yeah, I 100% agree. All I ask is this, WWE, if you can, from your councilman,
oh boy,
can we please get a ladder summit with all the women sitting on top of ladders with the Money in the Bank briefcase in the ring and them cutting promos? You remember that ladder match when they did that with like Chris Jericho and them and Kevin Owens? They were sitting on the ladder. I was like, that is fucking fire. Yeah. Please do that for the women. Please do that for the women.
Yeah, give an homage to that moment.
Yeah. If y'all
that was a while ago.
It was. And I just think like, I never saw the women get a chance to do that. And I think with the people that y'all are shaping up to be in this match, like, let them do that. That's gonna look so fucking dope.
The Money in the Bank match, I would say, is also, I was thinking about it too, watching Saturday Night Main Event because of the steel cage match. The Money in the Bank ladder match always kind of reminds me of the steel cage match as well, because it's like or Hell in the Cell, because once you go in, that match changes you because you go through things. Look at what Chelsea Green endured last year. We've seen Zoe Stark and how she was highlighted throughout Money in the Bank. Io Sky. It's just crazy. So I can't even imagine when they finalize all 6 women into this match.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful madness. No pun intended. No pun intended. Pun intended. So, but congratulations to Julia. We'll talk a little bit about Money in the Bank in just a little bit, but we got to get to it.
Listen, when I tell you that I popped, I was not expecting this at all, but I should have seen it coming. I saw things floating around online, but I was just like, I'm not going to indulge. But it was his birthday, and it only made sense. And I'm like, why is this tag team match going so hard right now? Like, that tag team match had me on edge. I'm like, Are they really going? Is Fraxium really about to win this shit?
Yo,
Like,
shout out to
I was
Fraxium.
going nuts, man.
So,
like, I was like, yo, what's happening?
I'm about to say, honey, if that don't get them your respect,
you'll never hear another word.
Okay, because I was
you'll
like,
never hear another word. But
that's
that
probably
match alone, even if they didn't win,
yeah, that's by far like
fire
in this whole group. Like again, like even these winning Money in the Bank, like Fraxium has settled in. Like them boys are a part of SmackDown.
Everybody on the roster saw them and was like, yeah, let's do something.
Yeah.
They're basically just itching.
Tag team championship matches already.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it though, man. Montez Ford on that top turnbuckle, about to jump to the heavens.
And here comes hell. Here comes hell.
And I'm talking about all of them not walking down the ramp, just pulled up in the ring. How much respect you gotta have for Montez to do that? Like,
they said, we're here.
And Montez
we're here.
Sold it, bro. I'm telling you, he didn't got them acting.
Made the sign of the cross.
Ooh, he sold that. I was like, that's how you do it. I was like, see, this is why we want you in a solo run. We'll be patient.
Yeah, we're with the slow cook. We see it.
But Montez, just know, man, you got it. We see you. We see what you do. You got it.
Yep.
But okay, so with this action though, was this to do it because it's Bray's birthday and to announce we're back, or does this have something involved in the tag team title picture? Like, what did you take away from seeing this entire segment go down?
I took away, first of all, both of those points with that. Along with those points, I took it as a way of them giving us what we've been asking for and what we've wanted. I feel like everybody underestimates the power of Mystique. You know, Wyatt Sicks made their appearances last year, you know, due to whatever reason that they had to go away from TV for a while. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It still adds to their mystique. We shouldn't know why they weren't around. They're an entity. They're something that was created through the mind of Bray Wyatt and brought to life through Uncle Howdy. I think that it just adds it just makes it better for the story of the Wyatt Sicks to go forward this way. Also, I also think that they were making a statement that we got our eyes on all of you. Doesn't matter if you have a title or not.
Yeah.
You know, if I feel like with the Wyatt Sicks, if they happen to run into gold, they'll take it, but they don't need it. I enjoyed this though. I enjoyed it. I love Gacy growing the hair out too.
Yeah.
Gacy with this longer hair, I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
And then the cake looking like a hat, looking like Uncle Howdy's hat with the red circle. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I can't with you Rotunda boys. I love you Rotunda boys.
It was all I could think about was Bray. I was like, thank you, Bray.
Yeah, man. It's like it was his birthday, but we somehow got the birthday gift.
Man, and it just,
like
he
shared a birthday gift with us, which was to bring this back. You know,
that was the crazy thing about this, though. It was like whatever talks were about them of like, is it done? Is the magic gone? Is it a past thing? They shut all that down last night. Mm-hmm. Like it showed that, like, oh yeah, we still want this. We're still in for it. Because I can even see if with Cyndeal's point, but even just to say like Cyndeal, I can see it now too without the mask of like, yo, we're ready for the action.
Right.
Like, we know who the figures are, but now it's like, yo, we ready at a moment.
Like none of them are wearing their gear, like their cover-up gear, like the hat, the jackets, the masks, or anything like that. They're basically saying squabble up.
Yeah. And they are not playing. They are ready for that action. But it was good to see him, man.
I was so happy to see him. I went crazy. If you guys didn't see it, check it out, man. It was fun.
But I was glad that we got to keep the magic alive. Like it's still there. It's still powerful. Yeah, I would love this. Wyatt Sicks.
Enough. Oh yeah, Bloodline for sure. Absolutely. Solos Timu Bloodline for sure. But and shout outs to Montez. I almost forgot who was in the match. Montez Ford and Dawkins, and then and Fraxium, of course, because they held that whole match down and were building it up. I could have sworn, I wasn't sure if they were the ref counted 3 at a certain point. Like I was just like, who's gonna win this? And like, why does this feel like a PLE like tag team type match or something like that? Why do I feel like we're at War Games or something?
They did this before though. They've done this before. That's the magic of this group. Because I can't remember, but we've talked about it on WWT. There was another match where they did the same thing, and I think it was a tag team match. And it was like, yo, like, why is this tag team going so hard? And then their music hit. And I was like,
yeah. But
there was no winner. Like, it just went off. Like, there was no winner decided. The same as this. And it was like, so
we were like, at that point, we didn't care. We're like, okay, Wyatt Sicks, woo.
But I also get too because when Dexter attacked Montez, I guess that was like a disqualification, and so and the Street Profits won. If you,
I wonder, I didn't even hear if the bell rang. I was too busy going nuts.
Yeah, no, I just remember seeing just the lights cut off, and I'm like, there he is.
I'm just always happy to see Bo back in the ring, man. That's just me, man.
Man, all of them, man. It's just I'm glad that, and then too, like I know people were talking about the rumors of was Bo hurt. It was like he was, but I think 2 others were too. I believe like Joe Gacy was also injured, and I think Loomis was injured. So that was another reason why it's like you didn't see majority of them. Sindil, he will not. He is out celebrating with the People's Nightmare, and we will get into why in just a little bit. But shout out to the Wyatt Sicks returning, but also too, it's Money in the Bank is heating up. It's Money in the Bank is heating up. Well, we got 2 more slots.
Yes,
2 more slots so far. Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, I guess, Roxanne Perez.
Come on, man.
Man, you already know how I feel about this.
I know.
Okay, like if you can do what you did at WrestleMania and just get put in a WrestleMania championship match, do you really need Money in the Bank?
I get it.
Like, come on, like I'm just throwing that out there. Like, if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. Okay, but all I'm saying is, if you got that juice, what you need Money in the Bank for? Feel like that's kind of greedy.
That's like Deonne wanting Cody to win every WrestleMania until he passes away.
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, even though Deonne could not be here because he is partying with the People's Nightmare, we have a special guest with us here on the Kayfabe Podcast.
Oh my God, this is the first ever. I'm so excited.
First ever, man. And of course, he's out and about. Doesn't want to be found. And I can clearly, this shows that not one to be found is definitely on tonight's agenda.
That's very true.
The mayor is here. Stop it in, sir.
What's up, Seth? Good to see you.
What's up? Good to see y'all too. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
yeah, we hear you.
Okay, perfect. It might be a little noise in the background. You might hear some melodic tunes.
We hear them.
Okay. Just want to make sure it's not too loud.
As long as we don't get flagged. That's all we're worried about now.
Okay, I got you.
But we haven't started Saturday night's main event, but we want to know, we're talking about the women's Money in the Bank match. The ones that we have so far is, of course, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and now Julia. 2 spots remaining. I want to know, 1, how do you feel about the entrants that are in so far? And then who do you think needs to fill the last 2 slots to make this match of the night?
So I do like the field. The only thing I would have changed is I would have had Kyrie go in instead of Rhea. And we know what happened to Zoe, and I don't know if that was the original plan, but Rhea presents the biggest star power. I love that Julia actually got in, because if she wouldn't, we'd have been on all these shows on this network, and I would have been giving you a piece of my mind, good and bad, 63 days, all that, because it would have been for nothing.
Yep.
But the last two spots, what's interesting, I was talking to Mickey James last week at the Comic-Con, and we fantasy books Money in the Bank, and she thinks that an NXT name should be included in this, or a TNA name. So, like, for one, depending on what shakes out this weekend, I don't see no problem with adding Jordan Grace to it. I think that would make a lot of sense, especially if she goes out and loses. If she gets into like a last chance qualifier or one of the other ways, that's a perfect spot to add another powerhouse.
Wow.
And then I guess I have to choose between Jade, Nia, and Naomi. And it's obvious it's Naomi. It has to be Naomi. With everything we're doing with the character gimmick, even just to have the tease of her getting the briefcase, even if she doesn't win the whole thing, it's like that's what everybody wants to see with this new persona. We want to proceed with caution.
And cover the whole briefcase with proceed with caution tape.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just have a little like one big hazard briefcase. Like,
Dang, black briefcase, yellow Money in the Bank, but the caution signs everywhere.
Yep.
That's fire. But
do y'all think Rhea should be here?
Nope.
Honestly.
Nope. I just said it before you got on. I'm like, if you have the juice to get yourself into WrestleMania and a title picture, do you really need Money in the Bank? Like, you could just call your shot if you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you 100%. Kyrie should have been in this match, especially with the field that we got.
Yeah, and the way they had her return and everything, even though there wasn't necessarily a surprise or kept as a surprise,
It was her original gimmick
it in a big way too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that she was actually going to get the win, and maybe something else would bode for Rhea Ripley, but we're here now. And like said, she presents the biggest star power, and honestly, she's the veteran. Well, Alexa's actually the veteran in this match, but yeah, you know.
Gotcha. But whose last two would you put in that spot?
In the last two spots in the Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank on this roster? I would say
That's interesting.
agree with Boza here and maybe suggest somebody like the Boat. No.
Completely understandable.
I scared him away. No, I did. I was doing it the best with him, but okay.
Completely understandable.
I was gonna say somebody. That's who I was gonna say. Thanks, Anton Phillips. Bailey is somebody who could possibly use an opportunity like this. In all seriousness, Bailey, y'all favorite horsewoman. In all seriousness, I feel like is somebody who could benefit being in this Money in the Bank as well.
Gotcha. I gotta go with Naomi. Hey, you know what, yo? I'm gonna say Nia. Like, I think no. You know what? No. Candice LeRae.
Ooh.
Let me get Candice LeRae and Naomi.
She would make this ladder match funky.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see Candice LeRae in this ladder match. If we talking about people that need a spotlight, why Candice can't qualify? Why?
King Mike Hall says Bianca.
If Bianca can return by then with them broke fingers.
If Bianca hurt, that would be a dangerous match for her to go into with him.
Things
like that.
I don't think that's the one to come back to. But yeah, that's my pick. Candice and Naomi. Candice and Naomi for me. I would love to see those two in this match. I think that would fill this out perfectly because you got your balance of big star power, returning legend and like Alexa Bliss, the new school, the one that everybody got their eye on, and Naomi, and then the dark horse Candace. Yeah. Like this would make this match incredible.
If it wasn't for the accident that she had, like I would have thought Zoe Stark would have been in this match, no problem.
Yeah, got your whole shot at WrestleMania. Just walked up and signed the contract, and it became a triple threat match. And you gonna still put yourself in Money in the Bank? Like what? You know what? Let's move forward. It's late on the East Coast. We also found out some new matches at Worlds Collide. Honey, can you say who all those people are, please?
Legado del Fantasma, led by Santos Escobar, along with Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano in Worlds Collide.
Yep. All of them in a match at World Collide. Y'all not getting me canceled. Fuck that. You're not making me a film. Nope. But not only this one, we also found out El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable. Which
they know what they're doing with that.
Or El Grande Americano.
Well, no, it didn't say that. It didn't say that. They don't want to remember Money in the Bank is that same weekend. You don't want to take all the shine from Money in the Bank. Freaking out El Grande Americano.
Yeah, Big Grande is marquee. This is AAA, fairly new acquisition. Like Big Grande only on Mania.
Yeah, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm being honest, they knew better not to. This is like being serious. Like if they would have brought him like that to LA, that could have been
a real issue. Hey, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, who this gringo? Who the fuck? Where you from, man? Like, Chad.
Yo, they would have needed some real security for my man Gable here with that.
For real. Yeah, you're right. El Grande Americano Big Back Special. I don't know why.
Y'all run a AAA show in North Dakota, and then you can bring Big Grande out there, to the fanfare.
Yeah,
but I think this is a dope colliding type of thing. Getting someone from WWE, well, really both of them from the main roster first before even adding NXT stars in here. So I can only imagine, and the fact that they're announcing these first and not NXT people lets me know they probably about to put some big matches together for Worlds Collide with the NXT stars.
Ooh, so assuming everything goes the same with the women's title, Stephanie's absolutely on this card.
Oh, for sure. She's got to be.
They're with or versus you. Ooh.
Man, you shit.
It would have to be somebody like.
Yeah, you already know who I want. What's the chick with the mask?
I was gonna say La Hydra, but I don't know if they have a issue where they won't work together.
Who is it? Dang. No, I can't think of the person I want. Because me just saying it's the girl in the mask is not helpful whatsoever.
Gotta be more specific, sir.
I do have to be more specific. I don't have anybody. I just be there. That's all I can say. I would just
be there, be square.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a fire match. So Worlds Collide is shaping up, and it will be a part of the weekends here in Los Angeles, along with Money in the Bank. I'm seeing they starting to pack stuff in the weekends now. As we just found out, we're gonna have the Great American Bash, not Money in the Bank. Ooh, what is that? What is Saturday Night Main Event?
Main event.
And then Evolution, all in Atlanta. Thoughts on this new way of traveling for these PLEs? Like, what are y'all thoughts on that? Is it smart, or do you disagree with the new tactics that they use?
You can go ahead, Sid.
Before we get to that, they're going to be in Atlanta for 3 days straight. The professor better be somewhere on one of these shows. Pick one. I personally
One of
want to
these
see
shows better
the
be
professor next to
bonafide.
Jesse Ventura. Personally, I would say main event.
Yeah,
But WWE, y'all figure that out.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Corey Graves does not need to be at the Great American Bash, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Just American Bash, NXT Bonafide. Why is this not happening?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can think of. But honey,
But
oh no, my bad. Yeah, Cedric. No, go ahead.
I would say, but about the packing of shows, I think it's a sign that WWE about to become more regional where they go. Like maybe they only go to the bigger markets. You know, they want to kind of eliminate the live shows, live events as much as they could. This might be like a regional thing. We already know about the WrestleMania stuff. Maybe they only want to go to the major markets. So like Chicago, Dallas, obviously Atlanta. I mean, they might start only doing like 6 cities in the country at one point.
That'll be wild. That would be wild. Speaking of which, same thing. Like to bring up, we found out WrestleMania is no longer happening in New Orleans, and the rumor is they're trying to bring WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia next year. Honey, your thoughts on this?
Oh man. That's my true thoughts as a fan. Like,
oh shoot, I can't go to New Orleans. Dang.
No, not even.
I was so ready for New Orleans. The beignets, the culture. Dang it, I'm gonna miss out on some crawfish at Touffet. There goes my 2026.
Is it so? I'm honestly just hearing that Saudi Arabia is being brought up honestly for next year. I was hearing that Vegas again. They were trying to go back to Vegas again. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen that either.
I've heard that.
That's the biggest rumor because the NOLA news outlet in New Orleans dropped. They definitely won't get it, but I guess they were communicated to by the WWE that they're going to repeat in Vegas.
That's crazy.
And then they gave New Orleans Money in the Bank next year?
Yeah, in August 29th, 2026.
Yeah,
they announced
so that's the latest that Money in the Bank has ever been. It's never been the month of August.
No.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's normally SummerSlam.
And that's what I was talking about on the Watch One because it had just been announced before I went on live. And I was just thinking, I'm like, how does that work with SummerSlam? Because we know SummerSlam has been moved to earlier. So like we have Money in the Bank late August. We're doing 2 PLEs in a month again. You know what I mean? Like and big ones too at the same time. Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I just don't know about the Saudi Arabia thing. If it's Vegas, I mean, it's understandable. Now
if it's Vegas, y'all greedy.
Yeah, because I'm curious. Like, yo, how much money you make?
I knew he'd be cheesing. Like, don't.
Because yeah, but it's like, how much money did you make that week to say like, yo,
we need them to come back.
Vegas,
right?
back.
Basically,
like that. Yo, you must have, like, because I remember O'Shea Jackson putting up like memes and like, bro, I'm never gonna financially recover if we go back to back in Vegas, and I was like. Yo, how much money did people really spend while they was in Vegas there? Like that gotta be upper. Like I would be surprised if it's not in the the single $billion digit.
And remember, like I was selling TK the other day. It felt like the whole strip and all that was just fans of wrestling. I don't know how they did that, but it felt like the WWE, the other indie shows, was like the only thing going around all around Vegas. It didn't feel like the normal congestion at all.
Right.
Wrestling took over like everywhere. It felt like a wrestling city. Like that was wild to see. But yeah, so we shall see when they give us the announcement of 2026. Let's just hope that it's not The Rock remixing someone else's song and then it doesn't happen for some reason. Because all of that for we're not doing it in New Orleans. Like, then why stop announcing shit? Stop announcing shit till y'all that got this fully secured. All right, you acting like Marvel now, and I don't like it. But we're moving into Saturday night's main event. It was in Tampa. Sure, it was hot down there. And this is what we open with. Mick Foley Jr., CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. And in the words of the good old JR, it started off as a good old-fashioned slobber knocker. Pretty smart way to start the PLE of a Saturday night main event. But the biggest takeaway, of course, we all know, there's a third man, and that man is a tsunami. Big back Bronson Reed returned tonight on Saturday night main event. And let me just tell y'all something and get it out now. Bronson Reed has the funniest fucking run in WWE.
Yo, like, the cameraman to catch that angle.
Y'all ain't shit for catching that angle like that.
You know that's gonna be like used as a meme for a lot of shit.
The arms are up here, and I'm like, bless his heart, because he is moving that locomotive the fastest he can. But it's powerful. It's powerful. But it was like y'all be making me forget how stocky he is. Yeah. But he took out CM Punk.
But what a picture, man! To see, and like, you know, we're saying, oh, it could be this guy. Oh, it could be Sammy going to turn on him. Oh, it's going to be Jey Uso. Oh, who this, that, whatever. Like, we didn't think about anybody returning. And Bronson Reed to come back from injury, a pretty intense one, looked great. And he is now one of 3 new Paul Heyman guys.
Yeah, I don't see it as him being scared, Boza. This is evolution. Like, if you really think about it, Seth is literally walking Triple H's path.
Yep, basically.
Like he's doing his whole career right now. This is evolution. Okay? Do you not see Batista, Randy Orton and Braun, Triple H and Seth, and Ric Flair as Paul Heyman? Like, this is evolution.
Yeah.
Like, that's all he's running. Like, he's not afraid of Roman. He's about to put the next people on, which is this right here. And don't be surprised when one of these people win the championship and it says Seth turn on.
There's always plan B.
And it's most likely going to be Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's the loyal dog.
When I saw that Bronson returned, I feel like Bronson is going to be the breakout star. It's like perfect timing because that was a nasty injury he had last year with the ankles. The fact that he's even back and he was already ascending at that last point.
Yep.
Like, this is a flawless landing right here. I think he has potential to be the breakout.
Huge.
Like he feel like it wasn't that long ago that he was like tsunamiing the hell up the whole roster.
Nah. It instantly came back when I saw him. I thought he was going to do that to Seth Rollins, and then I was like, oh, you're working with him. I was like, yo, and that's why I said the WWE crowd ain't shit. Like, y'all are not shit. John Cena is right about all of us because the fact of y'all chanting CM Punk and then John Cena, and then Braun, too many Brauns. What is his name?
Braun Breaker.
No, not Braun Breaker, the other one.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed. Damn, I could not remember that. Hell, I really drew a blank on the last name. And they telling Bronson Reed he didn't hit CM Punk with the tsunami, and they like one more time. It's like, yo, what? What y'all just cheering for him? Now y'all want him to get hurt?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need backstory on the conversation with Bronson and Seth too, because Bronson put Seth in the pack.
But
Like,
I
Seth
think
won the last match, but like, man,
But I think that's the reasoning why he accepted him. Because again, if you look at it, he knows he's home. He wants to get to the top. Why not utilize that?
Yep. So he did him a favor.
Yeah. That's respect. But what are y'all thoughts now moving forward with this faction? And what is the next step? Honey, let me start with you.
I think the next step is obviously gold. Seth Rollins is about to put over these two young guys to the top in a big way. You think about this picture now, just think about it with gold on their waists or them holding up gold when they win. It's definitely possible, especially with Paul Heyman at their side. Yeah, and you have a visionary like Seth that somehow is creating a bigger picture to save the soul of this business. So I'm here for the storytelling, and I'm here for this faction.
Yo, special little nobody star. You gotta chill out.
I-
You gotta chill out, though. Because I envision that. I envision just. Okay.
I can't.
Yo, Hunter, I'm gonna be there Saturday. I pictured the whole shit when you said that. Mayor, your thoughts?
I think they kind of move into that Judgment Day territory where they just terrorize and dominate Monday Night Raw for the foreseeable future. Maybe even one of these guys getting the IC title. And I'd say that probably Bronson Reed. Maybe Finn can cost Dominic there, that because that rivalry really doesn't need the belt to be involved. But I think if you look at these guys as the faction that bookends both sides of Monday Night Raw every week.
Yeah, I agree. If anything, too, I think it'll be a thing of who will get gold first and where you sit it at. Like you said, I think I can see Bronson Reed holding IC title for now. And then, you know what? Just because, like, Breaker is that loyal dog, I could see him necessarily maybe without a belt for a little bit and just being under that wing and winning other stuff. Like if they brought back King of the Ring or something, or if it was like the Royal Rumble or anything like that. Like I feel like they want to get him in shape as this big powerhouse and dog and stuff. And so, but again, too, I see a lot of shifting. That's the thing that I noticed too with this. There's a lot of shifting of power that can go on with this because you really do got like 3 alpha guys in one group. And at a moment's notice, it's like, Seth, both of these dudes can beat you up. Like, like Paul is what's keeping this together. Because if Paul was not in the picture, this would break down very fast.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's an interesting group to see. But Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker picked up the victory against Mick Foley Jr., CM Punk. CM Punk got turned into a CM pancake, according to Pat McAfee. And I'm with Cindil now. I wish you just get tsunami 5 times after saying that stupid shit. Like, just 5. Like, if I don't hear one more time on Pat McAfee, y'all ain't shit. WWE Universe. Go ahead and take those, good sir. But let's move on to this match. Chelsea Green challenging for the U.S. Championship against Zelina Vega. And let me tell you, busted open. Busted open was the title of this match. As Zelina Vega coming out as your women's United States champion. Honey, I ask you first because I know the mayor has so much to say on this match. Your thoughts on this match being on the Saturday night main event card, the only women's match on the PLE tonight.
I was happy that there even was a women's match. I was a little worried at first and concerned. When they announced it, I was pretty ecstatic. So I was just like, okay, my girl, we get a little title defense going on Saturday night main event. Very nice. Both women put on a hell of a show. There were some areas that I was a little bit like sketchy about where I was like, up. Okay. All right. We're going to let that rock. Just keep going. Just keep doing your thing. And the women rocked it. Chelsea You gotta wipe yourself off, girl. You busted. You got busted open, girl.
Wipe yourself.
That was a Bronx kick to the face. Okay.
You're bleeding.
From Queen. That was a New York kick. Excuse me. She's from Queens. So yeah.
Getting your friend location messed up.
It says it when she comes out.
Where's she from again? Just so we clear. Bronx or Queens?
I'm from the Bronx. She's from Queens.
Oh, okay. Just very odd for a friend to not know. Or
oh my goodness, it's not that I didn't know. It's just my excitement came out.
Okay. Hey, I understand 100%. Mayor, your thoughts on this match and this title defense?
Successful title defense after Zelina had to take the pin from Julia recently. So, I mean, I think that's a nice recovery for her. That might lead Chelsea to kind of move on from the title, which might be a good thing. I think Chelsea is probably another person who could be in the women's Money in the Bank for good reasons. But it's good to see Zelina stay on top. I hope that she gets more challengers, hopefully like Mi Chen. Hopefully like Mi Chen, people like that. But the match, while I was at it, this was like a 5-minute match. It's kind of quick.
I'm gonna kick your butt, King Michael.
It's not just that. It's also all the noise in the background with Cedric. If this was WWT, they'd be on your ass right now. Hey, when I tell you the pound the street shit, like TK would have not let that rest. When you can hear all the shit in the background, because it sounds like you had a spring pool party with a lot of women. I just heard somebody go, "What?" Like they just jumped in a pool. I'm like, you safe here because we know you out. But if this was WWT, they would have had a ball with this.
So this came together last minute. I'm in town. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. I'm going to Double or Nothing tomorrow. I'll be doing media for the show. But my friends were like, on the way in, I drove in. They're like, hey, we're going to a concert. I'm like, who? And they told me it's a jazz artist. And they're doing like $50. I'm like, why not? But it's everything you described about where I'm at. It's accurate. It's like it's like a fancy venue, but it's also like a hipster bar at the same time. So it's like hella people outside right now. I'm trying to stay quiet. There's a lot of activity going on out
here. Hey, we living our lives, and the mayor is living his life right now. Yes, but just want to be known. It sounds like you open. Says overseas. Yo, but it was fucked up. The way the camera showed the shit with the lights, you'd swear he's on the back side of the boat.
Yep.
Get away from everything. And you don't see no trees, it's just straight darkness. Like, is he on the boat? Oh shit. Oh my god. But okay.
Hilarious.
But all right, let's move into our next match, which is something I thought was going to be main event, but I was very wrong. John Cena, the never seen 17-time champion, taking on R-Truth. And if a picture is worth 1,000 words, this is what I tell y'all. If this shirt is gonna say sold out for the remainder of the year, because I did not notice that he put a R-Truth cartoon figure of himself in this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I need this shirt ASAP.
And by the way, it was Ron Cena.
I need this shirt ASAP. And it is available on WWE Shop, and I am most likely going to buy this shirt because it's exactly what me and Honey called. Like, yo, it was gonna be dressed just alike.
They're both wearing shorts, the knee pads, the wristbands. It's just there's only one word to describe it.
Cinema.
Even acknowledging Stu in the camera saying, let's go to work and running to the ring. I was like, this man is just he's worth every moment that we get from him. Like it's just great.
Oh man.
It's
But
just great.
what's crazy about it is this feel like some multiverse shit. Like it's like, wait, are you me?
They're
Am
the
I
two
you?
Spider-Mans that are like,
Yeah, they're like, wait, what's going on? Exactly,
mhm.
Sid there, because this is what I saw. I was like, yo, Rod took his gimmick back.
Basically.
Because this, I gotta make a meme out of this. When you see the white version of you that they're trying to now bring out to work, like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
But thoughts on tonight's match against R-Truth and John Cena. Mayor, let me start with you.
I thought John did exactly. I think that's going to be John's thing in the way he wins matches now. I think we should expect it. I think we should expect it to be kind of a lackluster finish, and I think it's on purpose. But I just love that Ron got one of these limited dates. Like paying this forward to keeping John Cena pretty much alive in the company these past 5 years. I've been doing movies, and to just have something that was comedic genius like this, great.
Mhm.
Because there ain't many people that's gonna get these Cena farewell dates. Salute to
No.
Ron for actually getting them.
Yeah. Honey, your thoughts on this match?
Man, I loved it. This was fun. It was just nice to see something that, once again that we manifested and spoke about actually happen. You know, R-Truth facing his childhood hero, and they had a really good match. Like Boza said it earlier in the chat. If you see, he said this match had no business being that fun. It should
Yeah.
have been it should have been a squash. But leave it to R-Truth to just keep on being the gift that keeps on giving in this business, and just putting on such a great show for us with Cena. And like and we've been saying, because we predicted this, Councilman,
Yes, we did.
expect Cena to just keep doing what he's doing. Cena, you're not going to get back the glorified days of what he used to do and how he used to win. This is it. And the last time is now. But I also think this makes way to I don't believe that this is the end of R-Truth and Cena. I believe we are going to definitely revisit this story again towards the end.
I believe it too. I love what John Cena's doing. He's like, yo, I'm ruining wrestling. I don't give a fuck about what kind of ending you want or what kind of match you want to have. Fuck y'all. All right. I don't give a fuck about none of you no more. Low blow. Hey, what you thought? I was about to be upset and not hit you with this title. I don't care about you. I don't care about none of y'all. I came here to be champ one more time and be the last champ you'll ever see. The way he walked out, I was just like, yo, he know he doing it.
Yeah.
The fact people are thanking him, thank you, Cena. I'm like
this is why y'all ain't shit, because he's right about y'all. He's right about us. Like he's right.
So right. He turned the whole crowd into hypocrites. If you're not the GOAT for that, I don't know what is. That is just GOAT activity right there. So, but shout out to John Cena. And of course, this was not the last time we will see John, and we will get to that. But let's talk about this steel cage match. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre caught a concerto to the face. They said Edge's name because they own the rights to it and get to do that. And something I found very, I want to say odd, very interesting, was the commentary by Jesse Ventura on Damian Priest's win. Now, maybe it was just me, so I just want to get let me start with you, honey. No, let me start with Mayor. Thoughts on how the match ended and Jesse Ventura's commentary towards it.
I loved every part about that because Jesse is saying he from the old school. We win the cage match with honor, meaning we pin you or we go over the top because it takes more effort and work. But it's so rare we get somebody just casually walking out the cage, so I love that too. It's still a part of the rules. Like more people should use that often, and I don't think it hurts Drew because that's a concerto. But Drew won the Mania match, so you can argue all day to who actually won the rivalry.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Honey, your thoughts?
I kind of thought the ending to this match was a little odd, but um, it is intriguing that Damian Priest just so pompously walked out after just smashing Drew McIntyre's head. I believe that's, as savage as Drew has been, that's a pretty damn savage move to pull on someone.
Yeah.
Especially, somebody you've been raising hell with for the last year and a half or so. But I was very surprised to see Drew lose this match as well, because we have known Drew in the last cage matches in Hell in the Cells. He's been in to thrive in these kinds of situations. So I was kind of put a, taken aback by the fact that Drew actually lost this match the way that he did, or the fact that he even did win this match. But the way that he lost it was very interesting. I'm wondering what that bodes for Damian Priest going forward.
I think it does well for Damian Priest. Watching this entire rivalry, like, Damian could not afford to lose. Because he hasn't fully found his footing in SmackDown. This is really like his first big rivalry here. And he needed to win this one, especially after taking a loss at WrestleMania. And the good thing about this, like, Drew has found himself in an interesting pocket where losing fuels him. Like, this doesn't set him back. Now it's just like, okay, what's the next thing Drew gonna do? Like, is Drew just gonna stop talking and just start fucking people up? Like, you have so many different versions of Drew. You can see, is the Scottish psychopath about to come back after this? And, like, who is his next victim? But it's like Damian needed this to show that he's a dominant big man on SmackDown. So whatever is next, if they decide, like, hey, they want to put him in Money in the Bank again, which I doubt, but being able to be one of those big figures that's on SmackDown, this was needed. And I think to show the ultimate disrespect of him by walking out the steps, like, yo, like, because I left you to where you couldn't come get me out. You couldn't do anything. I could have took any route. I'm gonna take the fact I walked out this cage, meaning I whooped your ass.
And perhaps that's the point that Jesse Ventura kind of missed. Even though we understand the old school, there's still respect in that, because Damian Priest is definitely one who respects the game and the business. Yeah. But it was just more so about Damian Priest proving a point to Drew McIntyre.
And he did put that boy to sleep. And that just show you not to mess with the Street King. Just so that's clear. Just so that's clear. But yes, congratulations to Damian Priest. Looking forward to see what his next thing is. And so I think final match, and I know I don't want to hold up said too much longer because it's popping over there. I can see the energy. The lights then went off. Like, it's like, yo, it's about to start. The show is about to go. But it was the World Heavyweight title, the Yeet Master himself taking on Logan Paul. And it ended in how everyone predicted it was going to end. John Cena comes out, interrupts the match, thinking he's going to cost Uso the title with Logan Paul and have a YouTuber be the World Heavyweight Champion. And then, of course, as we all know, Deonne Savior, the American Nightmare himself, shows up, saves the day. Uso splash, remains the World Heavyweight Champion. And then we've now learned of our third match on Money in the Bank. It will be a tag team match. John Cena, Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Champ on champ, contender on contender. Mayor, let me get your thoughts on what transpired in the night's main event.
Worst kept secret that Cody was going to come back tonight. I think you protected Jay and Logan from that finish just because I think secretly they might want Logan to be a champion in the near future. I don't know on what brand, but I think the way they're moving with these ticket sales and how they're craving new viewers for social media, I can see it. Like, I can see Logan winning Money in the Bank. But I think they're protecting the ending. I think John Cena is showing that he's either doing this on purpose or he's just very terrible at playing heel. Some of them punches, they're just like, oh. just sloppy, lazy. I don't think he's like really invested into this character at all. But
if you think about it, one could say he's doing that on purpose.
true, that's what he
That's
can
not,
fall back on. It's like it's supposed to be bad. Like
yeah. And he like, yo, I'm trying to ruin wrestling. I want you to see this stuff. I want you to talk about it. Like, if he's doing that again, that's just heel work. That's just the greatest heel work I've seen.
I just hope that that's not the main event at Money in the Bank, unless we're going to get a guaranteed cash in because both champions will be there.
And then you won't know who's going to cash in on which champion.
Exactly.
Shit.
Interesting.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
I like that.
But honey, your thoughts on this match and the closing of this match?
This kind of, well, first of all, they got the main event right for once because you put Jey Uso in the main event. I mean, it's in his freaking name, so I get that. Unfortunately, there's pros and cons to everything, and of course, that's Logan Paul for me. But it was a good match. I wish it wasn't just 10 minutes. Jey Uso and Logan Paul, I feel, is something that should be a little longer, or should have been at least, or maybe in the future we could see that. However, the thought of even having Logan Paul and John Cena on the same team is insane. And of course, you have the former tag team champs, undisputed tag team champs together, with Cody and Jay. So that's going to be an interesting scenario. Pretty much Cody's fed up with John Cena ruining everything, and teaming up with Logan would probably just ruin things even more. But yeah, it was a great main event. At the end of it all, even though it was only like 9 minutes or so, 10-minute match, I was wondering to myself, I'm like, why is the ending of this match making me feel like the way the tag team made me, almost as much as the tag team match made me feel, where I'm like, why do I feel like something's about to happen? And then Cena came out, and then I was like, oh, there it is. Okay. And of course, Cody comes out and, saves the day, and a new story is being written.
All right, honey, don't get mad at me.
Why would I get mad at you?
Because I'm about to say something that's gonna make you upset.
There's nothing you can say that make me mad at you. I don't think. Anyway.
Here's why Logan Paul should become world heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's that.
Yeah. It makes the most sense because if we think back, who was the last person we considered to not be a wrestler? The world heavyweight champion. Yeah. Can y'all remember who that was? It was on April 26, 2000. That would be none other than the actor David Arquette. If you think about it, if Logan wins that title, the ridiculous amount of money that's finna be made with him as champ, and the places that title is going to go to, it's so. And again, I'm not speaking from a fan standpoint. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking from if I'm on the board of TKO, and I know I want to make some money. The places he can get that world title into is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, King Michael, you heard what the fuck I said. I said world heavyweight champion, not John Cena. I did not say that. World heavyweight champion is not a bad look on Logan Paul. This is not David Arquette. This is not like how they keep trying to throw out. Yeah, he's a YouTuber, but most YouTubers can't do what he does in that ring. Most YouTubers cannot cut a promo and bring that much reaction like this guy can.
Heat.
Heat.
Like Dirty Dom, damn near Dirty Dom heat.
And doesn't disappoint in a match.
It doesn't have to try to bring the heat either. It just comes to him.
And if you think about it, he has to get a championship like that because of his brother and what he's doing in boxing. Because Logan knows he's never going to become a boxing champion. That's just not his steed. But for here, I'm telling you, hey, I'm not to. You can boo it. Like I said, I don't want this to happen. Actually, I take that back. No, fuck that. I'm gonna live in my truth. I don't mind if this happens. Okay? I don't mind if this happens. He has thrown out there. Let's be real. Ronda Rousey had been thrown to the wolves. I mean, but again, though, I can say a lot about that when it comes to Ronda Rousey. Why there's two sides to that coin. And the one biggest side is that you can see that Logan Paul takes this seriously. From a training aspect to being in the ring, everything. Like you can tell, like, you may not like him. You don't have to like him. You could think he's an a-hole. That's fine. But the one thing you can't do is you cannot not respect his hustle or respect the dedication that he puts into this thing. Because you can clearly tell he's not just taking it for like, oh, man, I'm just in here to do some spots and they're going to give me a belt. It's like, nah, bro, this dude faced AJ Styles at WrestleMania and gave us one hell of a match. So I'm just letting y'all know. Just letting y'all know. If somehow in 2025 that belt come around to him or he wins the Royal Rumble,
Basically, what we're trying to say here is, Logan Paul, you suck.
So that was our post show for Saturday night's main event. Yeah, I don't know where to go from off of there except to get into Battlegrounds, which is happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Cedric, are you staying for this or you about to go dip into the night?
That what you say. Yep.
He's gonna go dip into the shadows, in and out of the shadows, Chad. In and out of the shadows.
I'm about to dip into the night.
But now I got to do this again when I'm actually like at home. Sure things will be clips.
More than welcome to come on here anytime.
Yeah.
You know that said.
Sure.
Yeah.
So y'all found me here. I ain't going to tag out. I don't want to be found. Just follow the Double or Nothing content tomorrow. Peace, y'all.
Bye, Sad.
Thank you for joining us. Oh yeah, man. Dipping into the night.
Right. It's like you turn around and he's gone, and it's like
gone.
He does that sometimes.
He does that sometimes. Yeah. And then we had a wonderful adventure. But Battlegrounds is tomorrow, also in Tampa. Wish I was out in Tampa. It's been some heat.
Tampa's been lit this weekend.
Yes, it has. Couple of matches on here, more than 5 for Battlegrounds, which is very, very interesting. So we have, of course, the D'Angelo family drama, center stage on Battleground, Stacks versus Tony D'Angelo. With everything you've been seeing going on between them, honey, who's walking out with a victory? Does Stacks finally get the D'Angelo family? Does he become the head of the table? I was about to try to do an Italian accent, but I'm not finna disrespect nobody because I haven't practiced it yet, so I'm not gonna do it. It'd have been very disrespectful. I don't even cadence tone to hit with them yet. Or does D'Angelo put a rat to the gutter? Concrete shoes.
Yeah, well, so what's crazy is I feel like we haven't been around each other, like, as far as like to talk about NXT much. So I remember a while back before this even happened saying that Stacks is going to be somebody that betrays Tony D. And there was just inklings about it, you know, the way that he knew everything about Dark State and was like hesitant to give certain information. It was just certain things I picked up on. And I'm just like, I'm kind of glad we're here. It's kind of adding substance to the D'Angelo family story. Um, it's just making them more interesting as characters and helping them grow. Because obviously we've been struggling with Mr. Tony D, the Don of NXT, but Channing Stacks Lorenzo has had something. He's had star power. Well, not so much star power, but he has he has potential to um acquire that kind of power. And in order to do that, he would have to face the one that taught him everything, and that's the Don. Is it possible that he can? I believe so. Um, if he's smart enough, because being that he was the underboss of the Don, he would probably know that he would have to be at least a few steps ahead of him. Um, and being that he was his underboss and had all the experience, being his protege and everything, um, he could probably be able to take advantage and capitalize and pick up on what that next move could be, and maybe have some help. So I think Channing Stacks Lorenzo has an advantage here, and I think he could possibly win, therefore creating a little bit more friction and creating more for this D'Angelo family dysfunction.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Stacks. Ooh, the late night. I'm gonna go with Stacks on this one. I think to Dylan's point, I don't give a fuck about this. I don't care as much, but I am interested in seeing, like, this would be one of those, like, I'll go look at the highlights. I don't necessarily have to see this match, but I'm interested in Stax's confidence that he has in the turn that he's done. Like you said, it feels like he does know something. And right now, Tony's weak, and it's shown that he's weak. So this match is going to do one of two things. Either it's going to reestablish Tony's dominance, which I think he's already had those arcs before. So I think it's time for us to see a different thing and watch Stacks cut him while he's down and feed him to the fishes. You're out of here. And then maybe get go to the main roster.
Maybe a little call up.
Never know. But yeah, so we both on the same page. We got a 6-man tag match. The Culling.
I'm not too thoroughly happy with that name, but that's
so many other names that could have happened. We'll be taking on Josh Briggs and Hank and Tank. Who, when these two massive ships collide, who do you think is walking out as the victor in this? Will the Culling stand tall, or will we get our favorites, Josh Briggs and Hank and Tank, standing in victory?
It depends. I mean, obviously, it looks like the numbers game could be an advantage only because Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs are down a soldier, being that the Culling has Izzy Dame. So that's something that I would think that could be considered. In regards to this match and who wins, I kind of don't care about this one. Like how you feel about the previous one. So
I don't give an F about this match.
But I'm still gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Because I gotta view the product.
Yeah. I smell shenanigans. I'm smelling
that much is true. That much is for sure.
Josh Briggs turns on Hank and Tank and joins the Culling.
What? Can that faction get any bigger? You think so?
Nah, man. Because you think
Josh
about
Briggs and Jensen back together again, like after all of that.
Because think about it. What better way to welcome home than seeing his mistakes and then rectifying them?
Well, that's true. He was the one who struck first, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the one that wanted to go off separate. So it's like, yo.
And it's not working out for him.
Yeah, he needed. Because if you think about it, he needs to be in something as of right now because he's not standing out on his own. And it's like it's just not hitting the way it needs to because everything is there. It's just there's something lacking within Josh Briggs as a solo run.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it just the Culling is like it's just there for me. You know what I mean? It's not really growing on me the way it did, like the way it was starting out to be, and then like Izzy Dame was refusing to, speak to them, and then all of a sudden she's joined them, and it's just like, all right, like it was a lot of wishy-washiness with it. So it's really hard for me to really get into them, but I'm sure I'll still enjoy the match because Hank and Tank are entertaining, and every single one of these, superstars are great athletes. So I don't want to discredit them. I'm not trying to discredit their talent at all whatsoever.
You just don't care.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Give a fuck about this match. But on to the next one.
With all due respect, y'all. With all due respect.
Hey, you feel how you feel. It doesn't matter.
Now, this shit I care about.
I can't wait to see this. Kalani Jordan will challenge the North American champion Sol Ruka in Tampa.
Is it me or just Kalani keep every single week keep on giving me that big her energy?
Yeah, I'm like, I call it the lion's mane.
That attitude is coming out.
I like
crazy, and I just
the big hair,
and I love her big hair. Yes, oh my god, I love her natural. Like she just needs to keep wearing it like that all the time.
Yeah, keep doing that. But man, Sol Ruka too, though, man. The coolness of Sol, just
both of these girls that have history. They've also been partners together, and partners in crime and stuff in the locker room and such. But see them be one-on-one. This match finna cook. This match is finna cook. Both were in the first ever, women's North American title match for the ladder match that they had last year, and yeah, Kaylani being a former North American women's champion, Sol Ruka being the current, a lot at stake, and their friendship is at stake as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But who's walking out?
This is tough because I love both of them, man. But this isn't about love. This is about wrestling and who wants it more. Is this for the title?
I think so. Yeah, title on the line. Yeah, remember because it was a number one contenders match against Zarya, and she beat Zarya.
That's right. Yes.
So the title's on the line.
I feel like this could lead up to something that can either go one of two ways. I think this could lead to Kaylani possibly making history and becoming the first two-time North American Women's Champion, or Kaylani loses, gets upset, pretends to celebrate with Sol Ruka, but attacks her and becomes the her that we know she can become.
So who's winning?
Nobody does it like Lani.
I'm about to say you keep dancing around this answer, so it's like who's winning?
I'm just trying not to dance around it, but I was just coming up with possibilities. But yeah, just straight answer, Kaylani. I'm going with Kaylani.
I'm sorry, man. Kaylani getting that soul snatch tonight. The soul snatcher is in effect. So I'm also special little nobodies. I'm picking the black lady to win.
Oh my God.
Yes, I also am too. So which one are you picking, special little nobodies? Which black woman are you picking?
Both win. Both win.
But I think it, because again, the only reason why I see it like that too, it has nothing to do with Kalani, but it's the fact that Kalani was in the ladder match. So it's like, why have Sol win it that and lose it that quickly to someone who was already in there?
True. Yeah. Hence why I came up with the second scenario. It only makes sense.
Yeah. So I think Sol Ruka is going to take this one. And then I think Kalani goes where she's supposed to be, and that's going after that NXT Women's Champion. I think you have been mid-card enough. It is time for you to go show on why you need to do it like Lani. So that's just my opinion. And then we got my client, the leader of the Big Back Coalition, the NXT champion, the ruler, Obafemi, taking on Stephanie Vaquera's boyfriend. And the title is on the line. Stephanie Vicur's boyfriend won a battle royal, and he will be challenging my client for the championship. Now, Cam, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you've seen the tweet that has been going out, it is a clip of something Obafemi says during a taping for a news outlet in Tampa promoting Battlegrounds. Obafemi goes, "I can't wait to beat up Stephanie's boyfriend." Is what he said.
And mind you, Stephanie is sitting right there next to him as he says it.
Yes.
That's the part that makes this story so much better.
And when you see her face, and it tells it all. It tells it all. Yo, like we learned, Stephanie, you have no poker face whatsoever. Because it was like, Shout out to Miles, but also too. Well, because so here's my question, because I'm about to be messy.
Oh man, well,
I'm about to be messy.
It's too late to be messy.
It's late night. Because let me ask you this, and this is why it's messy, because I'm asking this. For your champion to say that, there has to be some feeling going around. And again, this could be right and this could be wrong, but there has to be some feeling going on that this could be the reasoning as to why this is happening. Because again, if or it could just be to show that, like, yo, we can joke with, not even joke with this, we can be able to say this because it's so far-fetched to think that it's this dude's time to finally be able to get a shine here in NXT.
What about why you being messy, Will? What about acknowledging people for their talent?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because I was just like, yo, I thought this was cool because it reminded me of old NXT. Giving people who you normally don't think would get a chance is getting a chance.
Well, yeah.
And so I thought that was cool. I was like, because of course he's not going to win, but it's like, again, I said he will get to show these investors that are in WWE from the creative and from the dollar side. And it's like, yo, I'm a product that you can push. I'm a product that you can get behind. You're going to see that tomorrow. But then all of the stuff started coming out about this. And then for Oba to take this shot while she's there, it's like, oh, because again, we're now breaking kayfabe. And this is the Kayfabe Podcast. We're outside the lines of kayfabe.
That's true.
And so for your champion to say that, for your champ to say, I can't wait to walk your boyfriend.
Yeah. In front of you.
I'll be live on national television.
Be damned.
Come on now, like. If you laugh, you go to hell. If you laugh, you go to hell. You can't laugh. You cannot laugh.
MDB 999. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a minute, but that's pretty funny.
I'll be damn, Councilman. Your client went there. He did. So it asks the question: is that what it's being seen as, or was it just a joke? And is Stephanie okay with that, just judging by the look on her face?
I feel like it could have been a possible rib. You know, it was just Oba being Drew McIntyre, like catching fire from the internet and what the internet chat is going around saying. And it's confirmed, you know what I mean? And they're like, I'm sure in that, you know, that locker room is like a whole fraternity crew, you know what I mean? They're a family there. So I'm sure they share things with each other. They learn and become friends and things like that. So it was just probably a way of like putting their relationship over in a funny way, knowing that, you know, like maybe in a possible way, like acknowledging that, of course, they're aware that we're on to them and we're most likely correct in our thinking. But I don't know. I could, and it's so funny because I couldn't tell if Stephanie was either mad or like not necessarily mad, but just like taken aback or like blushing because she looked like she was blushing to me, like she was smiling about it. So
That's what you saw.
I think
I'm gonna go watch that video again. I'm gonna watch that again. Nah, the other reason why
she made a face where she was like this, like. So I thought
it you looking like it was
maybe I just saw it once, like
because what I'm seeing it was it looked like she wasn't expecting that to be said.
So maybe you think she went to the back and went right to him and was like, cursed his ass out.
I don't know, but one of my things is like it's this is one of the main reasons too why I don't think their relationships should be any of our business.
Well, yes.
Because of stuff like this. And it's just like, one, it's like, does it make for great television? Absolutely. Because Oba was fucking wild for that. But it just, you already know it's going to put him over. But also, too, I hate that to even think that we are having this question of, did Miles really earn it? Or did his relationship status earn him this? And I think that sucks that's now a debate because someone released these people's pictures.
Right.
Because to me, I was just like, yo, it's a battle royal. I was like, okay, I feel like he earned it. Because I'm looking at like the entire roster.
He's little Randy Orton.
Yeah, but then also too, it's just like, who else do you give Oba the challenge right now that can't afford to take an L? It's not too many people on that roster.
Exactly.
You're not going to put him against Ethan no more. You're not ready to put him against West. No tag. You're not going to put him with no other tag team people because they're not ready. This guy has been here the longest within this group for the longest.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like, and each and every single one of those people in No Quarter Catch Crew got their shine except for him.
Basically.
Everybody has had their moment. And it's like, now it's finally like, yo, let's see what this kid can do. And just again, like even from a business standpoint with everything else. But
and then it just so happens to be at a time where he happens to be dating one of the hottest, signings to WWE, and she's hot and everybody loves her and she's a fan favorite and things like that. And it's just like, why do y'all even have to go there? Why do you even have to go there? It has to
like
take people in for what they bring to the table, what's going on in the ring. Whatever happens outside of the ring is literally none of our fucking business. It really isn't.
And I think it's wrong for whoever released those pictures of them. Because, again, it was like it didn't come from either one of them. And it's like it's not right for y'all to put their business out in here and stuff. And it's just like.
Right. You have your other favorites posting their couple pictures at their moment when they want to do it. So let them do it as well.
Yeah. But it's just like it's the timing for me that's just kind of like, ooh, I don't like the way this looked. I was like, ooh, this is not a good way to look.
But at the end of the day, Miles, Stephanie, do y'all.
Yeah. Like
you like it, I love it.
Right. Because once again, none of y'all had a chance. I'm letting y'all know that now. All y'all ones are sitting here mad and
right.
upset.
Who's mad? Like, why are y'all mad?
Like, why do you care? It's just like, yo,
y'all don't even go outside and you're mad about
she's still gonna give you the performance y'all all then got mesmerized by. What does it matter that she's with somebody? Again, you never had a chance. You did not have a chance. I can promise you that now. You never stood a chance.
No shot.
Just like Boza said, let them entertain us and let their private things be their private things, because we know how rumors start and rumors escalate. And I don't like that this is also now a topic of debate coming into this guy's match, because it's just like, again, we even saying it like this is Stephanie Vaquer's boyfriend. It's like, this is how this starts getting taken, and it's like, we got an asterisk near this now,
right?
But
whoever took those pictures and released them is not their friend,
whatsoever. But we also know who won in this match. The ruler, no questions asked.
Oh yeah, hands down, the ruler over from me all day.
Dog walking session.
Yes,
know what I'm saying? No MKO for you, bro. No MKO. No Miles knockout for you, sir. No MKO.
I like that.
That fall from grace, though.
Fire.
You will receive that. You will receive that post haste.
You won me over with that.
Yeah, you will definitely have that. But now, speaking of which, Stephanie McCurr, not the other way around like we did him. Stephanie McCurr, the NXT Women's Champion. Yo, you know what's the funniest? I'm sorry, I gotta say this. I like how no one mentioned like, oh, Stephanie McCurr really caught her one. Everybody's like, you won, good sir. You know you won, right? Like lottery wise, you hit jackpot. You're definitely the winner in this. I'm putting it to you. Nobody looked at Stephanie like she got herself a real winner.
Listen, in her eyes, she has a winner.
She does. But as far as out of the two, who's the one that is definitely won the prize? It's definitely Miles Moore. It's definitely Miles Moore. Most definitely Miles Moore.
I can't.
He won the prize. Just by looking at this picture, it was just like, you won, brother. Just know. It is not the other way of like, yo, Stephanie. No. But who do you have winning this match?
Oh well, damn it. Battleground, this is so tough. It's so funny because I didn't really consider what would happen with Jordynne Grace until said what he said about her possibly maybe being another addition to Money in the Bank if this doesn't work out. Because now I'm wondering that. And I'm like, do you really have Stephanie lose? Is it Stephanie that you put in the Money in the Bank to go forward and have her lose to Jordynne Grace? Like, because Stephanie's already touched main roster soil. You know what I mean? So I can't help but wonder if that was just like a test or a hint to be like, you know what? We're playing with the idea of moving you up sooner. You know, because she's just so fire and she's catching a lot of energy from the fans and she's a big favorite. But this is tough.
Boza, not necessarily. She doesn't have to defend her title. It could just be a regular match with champion versus champion if she retains. I don't think that they'll put titles on the line just yet for people to lose with this acquisition. It's just a World Collides event. I mean, so titles ain't on the line.
I mean, she's run through the whole roster.
But to that point, I'm like, if Stephanie is the one to go up and get that Money in the Bank slot, it resets a lot of the women's roster at NXT. It's like now it could be one of those, like, okay, who's the next one up? And a lot of them get this bump up. Like, it makes more sense if let's say Jordynne Grace get it. I can see Jada Parker defeating Jordynne Grace. I can see Kalani defeating Jordynne Grace.
Yes.
And not to say Jordynne Grace is not that person, because she will definitely represent that.
But we've already seen Stephanie mop the floor with the other two you just named.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're really gonna run that back. She's La Primera. She's run through this roster. I think they were just pretty much priming her up. So maybe I might have to do it. I'm gonna pick Jordynne Grace.
But Dylan just posed another question. What if she win and get the Money in the Bank slot?
Shut up. Like, Dylan, don't do that. It's too late for this kind of headache. I gotta
Yo, that's a wild thought because of how much sense it makes.
That's just a tad wilder than the thought of having Zelina have the U.S. title and possibly winning the Money in the Bank. That's a little wilder.
Why that makes this one even more like,
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I might have to just do it. I'm gonna go with Jordynne Grace.
I will never vote against La Primera. Never.
This is the first time I'm doing it.
I'm never gonna do it. I will always be biased, like I am biased with Roxanne. Never. Even if she gets putting Money in the Bank, I'm gonna say Roxanne, but everyone knows I'm also saying Stephanie McCurr. It's like you don't get pick one. I said what I said. Roxanne Perez, Stephanie McCurr. One person. I feel like that is my client now. I guess I should just start calling on my client. She needs a name now. La Primera Country. Yeah, that's what we get.
La Primera Country.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I feel like she'd have a country.
She would have a country.
Yeah, but I'm going with Stephanie McCurry. And then the main event, for the first time in history, a TNA title will be defended on a WWE PLE. And the only thing that we can ask is, do you fucking believe? Because Joe Hendry is defending the TNA world title against Trick Williams in the main event of Battleground. But who is walking out the TNA champion? Will we still believe in Joe Hendry, or does Trick Willie add a new title to his list of title accomplishments?
Sorry, Trick. We not whooping that no more. We are firm believers over here of the Joe Hendry movement. So I'm sticking with Joe Hendry to keep that.
Joe Flimsy?
That's a new one. I haven't heard that.
Never heard that.
But Joe's definitely keeping that title. Yeah. I'm not sure what else you do after this with Trick Williams either.
Here's why Trick Williams should win that match. Here's why. And I will ask this. Who do you see on TNA beating Joe Hendry for the title?
Okay.
That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to look at. But now let me give you this picture. Trick beats Joe Hendry, becomes TNA champion. This gives Trick Willie a whole new outlet to be able to go and build himself before going to SmackDown or to Raw. Because now you can do your heel run in TNA, and especially going up against people like Moose. Mustafa Ali is getting there, but right now with the heat Joe has, not just yet. And the reason why it works for Trick, because if Trick gets it, Mustafa could beat Trick, or Mike Santana could beat Trick.
I was gonna say Mike Santana would be ideal.
Well, but he would be ideal to beat Trick for the title. But I don't knock Joe Hendry out, because Joe Hendry has two options: go for Oba and beat Oba for the NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
So then you now have a crossover and Oba goes up.
Or you could go at John Cena.
I honestly, I would love that. I would.
That's his dream match too, by the way.
I would love that to be the next thing. I would not mind that being for SummerSlam. Joe Hendry versus John Cena for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, Joe Hendry has gotten to that point where this title has kind of become irrelevant, which is very weird. Like, we are here to see Joe Hendry. You damn near forget he's the TNA champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has.
So he walks out with the title around his waist.
Yeah, the title has been cast in the shadows by how big Joe Hendry is, and that's crazy to see. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, okay, what would be next for him? And I think that's why I was like, I think I'm going to go with Trick Williams winning the TNA championship. Okay. And Joe Hendry defeating Oba or going against John Cena. Either way, him losing that title and what's next is about to be so wild and massive.
We're not ready.
You can't see me versus do you believe? Oh. Soon as the say his name drops, I got to get to Jersey. Dang it! Dang it, the way life is set up, I don't know. Shit, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see what's up. But that is going to wrap up this edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. I wanted to make sure we keep it kind of tight episode, around the 1 hour and 45 mark, because Honey does need to get some sleep. She has to be up making the McDuck money in the morning. So we want to go ahead and wrap up this episode. Let us know your predictions for NXT Battlegrounds. Let us also know, what did you think of this editions of Saturday Night Main Event? What was the best match? What did you rate the other ones? Again, start that in the comments of these videos so we can always get that engagement going. And make sure you always do the 3: like, comment, like I just said, and subscribe if you have not. And if you have subscribed, tell somebody to subscribe. Do that. So the next time you come, you say, hey, I added at such and such and told them to subscribe to these channels. So when they come in, make sure we welcome them. We finna start making that a movement. Tell a friend to come subscribe. That's what we're gonna start doing. And then we may start hooking y'all up with some stuff. We're gonna talk about that first. I'm not promising that. I'm just letting you know it's a possibility. I just don't know. I just want to make sure that was clear. Like
what you gonna be giving away, Councilman? What?
Right, exactly. Like, hold on. So, but thank y'all for joining us. Again, y'all already know where to follow us. We don't do the closeout things. We just appreciate y'all for checking us out. For the people that always jump in the comments and making sure that they keep the conversation going. We appreciate each and every single one of y'all. That's why we do this live, because it's so great interacting with each and every single one of y'all. Y'all help the flow of the show go even better. Like, it's already a great trifecta, it's already a great duo, but it becomes a square because the comments are filled in. So we appreciate that. We appreciate y'all checking it out. Have a great rest of your Saturday. If you're on the East Coast, get ready to sleep tight, have a nightcap, and drift off to dreamland. And for us over here on the West Coast, it's still 9 o'clock, man. Go watch you something real quick. Watch a little hour or something, then take your ass to bed. Or if you might be dipping into the night, like the mayor, make sure you're safe, you careful, and that somebody knows where you are at all times. And text one of them friends that you made it home. So, on behalf of myself and Honey, thank you for checking out this episode of Kayfabe Podcast with the greatest tag team on the internet. We bid you all adieu. Happy Saturday.